All right, guys. If anybody's here, I cannot see who's here right now, but if you're here, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know you're here. Oh, I can see that. Got 4 on. Hey, guys, if you're here, just leave a comment. Let me know you're here. Okay, who's here? I've got 3 guests in line right now, and another one coming on, and another one possibly coming on. So it's going to be a fun night. Oh, there we go. Mark Williams, 351 Cleveland, David Neal, Mark C. Thank y'all. I am outdoors one. I am 4 outdoors one. JT Outdoors. How you doing, buddy? Hey, let me. This is a thing called, what's it called? StreamYard, and I've got these cool little things. I'm gonna put this up there so y'all can watch this because it's pretty dang cool. Let me hold on. So now y'all know this is my birthday party. How's that? Heidi Clark, how you doing? Angler Issues. Thank you, sir. Happy birthday. I appreciate it. Mark Williams. You look like aviation. Yeah, look. So here's the thing I've got. Thank you, PFG. Appreciate it. I don't have speakers on this computer because this is my editing computer. In fact, I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek on something here. Watch this, because I can share screens. So watch this. Look at this. So this is my next show that I'm working on right here, and yeah, it's all ready to go. So yeah, we're getting ready. Let's see, we got 12 people on, 13. So if you're here, say hi. Mark C, thank you, sir, so much. I appreciate y'all being here. We can give it just a couple more minutes. Oh, about a minute, and then we'll bring our first guest on, and because people can watch the replays on this thing. So, oh, but like I was saying, I don't have but editing software to use. Okay, so here, let me go back to this Angler. Share screen. So I'm using, well, here we go. I'm using Sony Vegas. So I've got all my clips right here. Yeah, I can sit here and play it. You probably can't hear any audio, but like here's my first part, my social distancing. Watch this. Here we go. Paper towel on the, anyway. So yeah, I'm using Sony Vegas. It's just something I've used when I was working for the Outdoor Channel, doing some editing before. So I've had this for quite a while, and just an easy way for me to do editing. So it doesn't matter what you use. I was watching some stuff today. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Some are cheap, some are expensive. This one's not very cheap, but I've had it for a while, so that's what I'm using. So PFG asking the same thing. All right. Hey, William, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So, guys, we'll bring our first guest in. If you have watched any YouTube out here, you've probably seen this guy, Wired for Crappie, Matt Xenos. So let's bring him into the channel here. How you doing, Matt?
Doing well. How are you, Chris?
Doing good. You're in, where are you at again? Tell everybody.
I'm in East Tennessee.
East Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Any Tennesseers in here?
What's that?
I was just asking everybody else if there's anybody from East Tennessee in this area. So,
yeah.
What lakes do you normally fish?
Oh, let's see. I fish with East Tennessee Crappie Club. Actually, president of East Tennessee Crappie Club, and we fish Douglas, Cherokee, Fort Loudon, Melton Hill, Watts Bar, Chickamauga, Tellico. Got a pretty good lineup of lakes that we fish.
I've heard of a couple of those. We are going to get together at some point. I don't know when it is after this virus thing happens. There we go. David Neal. So I'll let you pronounce it. Can you see the chats?
I can.
Okay. Chickamauga.
Chattanooga.
There we go. Oh, is that? Oh, Chattanooga. Oh, my gosh.
Chattanooga. What's up, David?
So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get together at some point because I want to take some time, get down there and fish. But if y'all are not familiar with Matt's channel, let me show you real quick. I'm gonna share the screen real quick and show you. This is his Facebook, or not? I'm sorry. This is his YouTube channel. So y'all make sure you go over there, take a look at it. If you have not liked it already, like it, subscribe it, and he's got some great videos. He's very knowledgeable, and let me get rid of the stop screen here. Very knowledgeable, and I've learned a lot through him as well. So you are Bonehead Tackle and Ozark Rods, correct?
Correct. Bonehead Tackle, Ozark Rods, Amped Outdoors, and let's see, Fishing Specialties.
Awesome.
Yep.
What else do you want to tell the viewers? We got 20 people on here right now. Not many, but they're going to come in here eventually. What would you like to tell them about your channel, man?
Well, my goal always has been and always will be, Chris, to help teach people to catch more fish. That's why I started East Tennessee Crappie Club going on 8 years ago. And we've just lived by that motto. And then it was actually my wife's idea to start a YouTube channel. She was kind of the assumption, if I'm going to fish every week, may as well video it, right? So that was kind of her idea. I can't take that away from her. And it's been great. It's been fun. I just enjoy teaching people and trying to help. It's hard a lot of times in a 15-minute video to do a whole lot of teaching, but I try. And then there's only so many different techniques. There's a lot of different techniques to catch crappie, but there's not 365. So, when you're trying to do videos all year long, I guess I'm putting a video out every week. So I guess it'd be 52, right? But 52, there's not 52 different ways to catch crappie. So a lot of videos, I do kind of overlap, but I enjoy it. I enjoy all the people watching, all the comments. They're great. YouTube is just such a great platform. There's a lot of really great people on YouTube.
I agree, man. I definitely agree. Did you see David Neal's comment? You are the reason or the cause I am crappie fishing now.
Oh, that's awesome, David. That's awesome, buddy. I appreciate that very much. I'll tell you what, David, if you'll hit me up, I'm on Chickamauga all the time. I'm sure from you being Chattanooga, you're probably on Chickamauga as well. Hit me up on one of my videos and let's get connected and see if we can't go out and catch some fish, buddy.
Awesome. And there's another one, Buck Chaser. He enjoys your videos. Fan from Louisiana.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, man, I appreciate you being on here, dude. I mean, nothing a whole lot, but anything else you want to say to everybody?
Yeah. So if you hadn't checked out Ozark Rods or Bonehead Jigs or, take a look at my channel, look at some of their products. They've got some really great products, and I appreciate them backing me and backing the channel. And if you hadn't seen any of my videos, just about every video I put out has discount codes for you guys. You guys can get on there and you can get those discount codes and you can save yourself some money with some of these great sponsors. So that was part of every deal that I set up is I asked for a discount code for my subscribers. I really like to help everybody out, like I said, and monetary discounts are a great way to do that. So we appreciate them for my sponsors for doing that. And I appreciate you guys for tagging along with me.
Awesome. Yeah, Matt, I'll just say your videos. So when I first started doing this YouTube stuff, I found your channel, and I love the way. Well, first of all, if y'all see my live scope mount, it is because of this man right here. I made the live scope mount, but it went straight up and straight over, and I noticed his little modifications to it, and so that's how I got in touch with him. And just a very knowledgeable guy. So thanks for your friendship, first of all, and thanks for even though we've never met, we've talked on the phone quite a few times, but we're only about 8 hours apart. But I appreciate everything you do. So thanks for being on here tonight, and go get them kids to bed, brother.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. If you don't care, I'd like to talk about live scope for just a minute.
Oh yeah, have at it.
There's a lot of mixed emotions about live scope, about you know, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Some people call it cheating. Some people call it, the best thing since sliced bread. And, it is a tool. It does not make the fish bite, but yes, it is. I can see both sides of the fence there, where everybody's coming from. But I've also seen people that have never caught a crappie get in my boat and have an absolute blast catching fish. I mean, to go from never catching a crappie to catch 60 before lunch is they can't wrap their head around it. And it's just so great that there's tools out there now for us anglers to help each other out and to further our knowledge and just learn the behavior and the habits of the fish. I mean, I've learned so much since Live Scope's come out.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to fish with some colors that I won't even put in my box anymore because I've literally put certain colors down there that fish in my area, let me say that, in East Tennessee, fish will actually run away from. And it's like, nice to know. So it's just a tool. And, some people like it, some people don't, personal preference, but I enjoy using it just because of being able to learn so much more about habits of the fish. It's really exciting to see.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, today I went fishing and I actually had fish. Like I'd see two of them like stacked up on trees, about 12 feet down. I'd go down right in front of the first one, and they just look at it, wouldn't do a thing. Mm-hmm. And then I'd go down to the next one. All of a sudden, boom, they had hammered. It is a tool to show you where the fish are. It does not make you catch the fish. It just shows you. And I agree with what you said. I mean, it's a great tool. I've learned a lot from it. I always heard that crappie don't go down for bait.
Oh yeah,
I've watched it. So, but I've also watched them thinking their eyesight was, you got to get right in front of them. But I watched one today that came from about 5 feet away and just shot over there and grabbed it. So just things that I never knew, things that I was told as a kid wouldn't happen. I'm learning that from Live Scope. So yeah, great insight, brother.
They absolutely do. They'll go down for a bait. I've seen it multiple times. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a crappie see a bait, turn, and just follow it right down. I mean, they'll follow it 10 feet down. They'll follow it all the way to the bottom. So it's pretty cool just to see those things. But again, I can see the controversy, but where everybody is doesn't know how to take it, I guess. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, Chris. I do. As Live Scope gains popularity and gains recognition from everybody, and everybody starts putting it in their boat, and all these other companies start coming out with this, similar technology, I do worry about population a little. I mean, I went from being able to go out and catch a limit by lunch to going out and catching a limit in an hour and a half, and I do worry about that a little bit, but we'll see. I mean, that's probably long-term results, but
sure,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But, if I can encourage anybody to do anything, I encourage them. Let those big fish go. I like the little ones. I like those 10 and a half, 11 inchers. They have to be 10 inches in Tennessee to keep them, but 10 and a half, 11 inches fry up better.
Oh yeah, they do. And that's one thing. For me, like today, for instance, I caught 24 fish, and I can't keep them during the spawn. That's just not, I let them all go. I guess 2 weeks ago, I've got a catch and cook coming up. I kept 2 of them because I needed 2 fish. So they gave me 4 fillets to do a catch and cook, but I let the other ones go. And it's just, I just can't. I have a hard time keeping them during the spawn just because I know that's next year's population or the year after. But no, I agree with that. Yeah. Matt, I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on here. I know you took your time out of the day to come out here and talk to us. So I think you had a couple more. Let's see. William Pettifer, enjoy your videos, Matt. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you, William. I appreciate that.
So, yeah, man. Well, Matt, I appreciate you being on here, dude. If you want to hang out for a little bit in case some more questions come on, you're more than welcome. But I'll put you in the backstage and
does anybody real quick before I leave, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about, about catching fish, about the spawn? I mean, the spawn's right here upon us. I know that everybody's kind of locked in at home, but I'd like to answer a question or two if anybody has any.
While we're waiting on that, Heidi, I see your comment. I agree with that. I mean, 100 more crappie. Now, if you have 5 people on a boat, that's one thing. But at the same point, 100 more crappie, that is pretty excessive. I'll catch 25, and I may keep enough for a small bag.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been blessed to fish a lot of different regions across the eastern United States. And Heidi, I've been over to High Rock where, on High Rock Lake, there is no limit. And I talked to the DNR over there and asked them, I said, Department of Natural Resources. And I said, why is there not a limit on this lake? And they said, we can't take enough fish out of it. And they weren't lying. We went over there on a members trip with the club, and I think there was days we caught 250 fish, 300 fish. I mean, it's ridiculous. And there's so many fish that that lake sets up to produce, and it just produces so many fish they can't take enough out of it. So, Heidi, depending on where these guys are fishing, that may be why you're seeing some of these coolers like you're seeing, because there may not be a limit on those lakes. There are some lakes out there that are very plentiful. You're right, Mark. Mark said live scope or not, people still have to find them to see them. That's true. Live scope makes it easier, but you still got to put your time in on the water. That's one thing that I can't stress enough. Time on the water is priceless. Getting out there and spending a little time to find stuff is priceless. You're right.
Hey, I just figured this out. Can you see that, Matt?
Yeah.
What brand of electronics would you pair with a Minn Kota?
The brand that you can see the best. I believe that everybody's eye is a little different. We all see color palettes a little different. For years, I've told people that it's just the unit you can read the best. I mean, I'm still running Lowrance HDS 1s, or HDS 8s, excuse me, Gen 1s. And it's just because I can see them better. I've run Humminbirds, I've run Garmin's, I've run, I'm not locked into anybody as far as electronics are concerned. And I mean, it's just whatever you see the best. Everybody's unit has a little different palette, little colors,
Gotcha. There's a couple more questions. Hey guys, for my backstage guys, Kendall, Backyard, Bassin, Floppin Crappie, y'all hang out just for a minute. I'm going to answer a couple more questions here, and then we'll move on to you guys.
Yeah. Color 351 Cleveland asked what colors I like. You can't go wrong with that right there. That's black and chartreuse. That's
I use that one.
And then in East Tennessee, the lakes are so clear. We got a lot of clear water lakes. That is a moon dust stunt bug. It's kind of a milky silver with silver flake in it. So, I mean, if I had two go-tos, that'd be what I'd go to.
You know what's interesting, Matt, is that, and we'll get to some of these questions here in a minute, but the interesting thing is our lakes apparently are different colors, because for me, Palestine Special, do y'all use that there at all by Bonehead?
Was that the blue and chartreuse?
It's, blue and chartreuse. Yeah.
Some. It's kind of a good spawn color when they're really, really active. When the fish are spawning, they'll hit just about anything that gets in their way.
Right.
So real bright colors and things like that are good during the spawn to get in front of fish, and they can see them from a long way off. It's just kind of an aggressive strike and an aggression strike, if you will, just a reaction. So we do use it a little bit, but not much.
Well, the reason I was asking is because watercolor, I think, makes a huge difference. And for us, Palestine Special and White Lighting are the two Bonehead that work here for me the best.
Mm-hmm.
So,
anyway. I'd like to answer this, David. David said, I've been catching males shallow. Yeah, There we go. I've been catching males shallow. Are they prepping for the females to move up? Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. A lot of times you're going to find the males move up first. Males prepare the bed, and then females come in, lay, and move back out. And the males stay to protect the young, the fry. So yes, that's exactly what they're doing, David. That's a great question. If you found a school of males, at some point the females are going to be there. So I would check on those fish week after week after week. I would not just say, okay, well, that's a bunch of little fish and move on. I'd go back and I'd keep checking on those fish because there'll be females there.
Yep, that's true. Actually, what I'm seeing here, I caught a couple. I caught a female today, this is really strange. In 12 foot of water, I caught a female. Actually, not today. Last Saturday, I caught her 12 foot of water. When I pulled her up, she's spewing eggs. And they're actually spawning in deeper water that I'm finding.
They spawn a little deeper in East Tennessee too. The reason being that they spawn deeper in East Tennessee is because we do have clear water lakes. Light penetrates further, and they stay down there. Yeah, they stay down there. Some of our lakes, I've said for years, they spawn in 7 to 10 feet of water. And TVA, also Tennessee Valley Authority in East Tennessee, they draw the lakes up and down something fierce in the spring. And I think those fish have adapted to it. I think those fish, they don't go lay shallow because they know that if they do, the lake's going to come back down and their eggs are going to be on dirt. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of my theory. Now, whether it's a good theory or a bad theory, not proven. So, but that's kind of my thoughts. I mean, I catch a lot of big females in 7 to 10 feet of water every year. So, of course, they stay under the bank at the same time. So you're going to have different waves of fish that come in, and you may have one wave that's in 2 feet of water on the bank. You may have a wave that's sitting out 7, 10 feet, never can tell. So, but let's see. One more question if we can. Buck chaser, y'all's thoughts, crappie nibbles, liquid scents, no scent needed on jig. Chris, you got a comment on that one? I'm laughing. Man. I'm laughing because, I got a story for that one, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I will throw a jig down there, and they'll look at it and go, yeah. And then I'll turn around and put a crappie nibble on there and drop it down there, and they'll just hammer it. When they're not biting, I've got no problem. I've got probably 10 bottles of crappie nibbles in my boat. So that's just me. What do you have?
Well, it's funny. We just fished a tournament. I just fished a tournament with East Tennessee Crappie Club again on Watts Bar last weekend. And my fishing partner, he kept on me. Oh, it's these nibbles. It's these nibbles. I said, man, them nibbles don't mean nothing. I said, I'm catching just as many fish as you are. I said, I'm standing right here beside you, and I've caught cast just as many fish as you. Oh, it's the nibble. He swore up and down it was the nibbles. I'm not going to say they don't work. I'm not going to say they don't add something to the bait. I'm not going to say that fish aren't scent oriented, but I do believe that if you're on fish and they're hungry, they're going to eat regardless. If you put a bait in front of a fish, and I mean, we've done it time and time again, Chris, you've done it. I mean, you put a bait down there in front of a fish and he turns around the other direction, you pick it up, put it down in front of him again, he'll hit it.
Yeah.
It's just the mood of the fish and the attitude they're in and how he sees the bait. In my opinion, I am not a huge believer in crappie nibbles, obviously. I'm not going to say again that they don't work. It's all personal preference to the angler. I just, for years and years, I've never used it. And then I've been in the boat with like my partner last weekend. He swore up and down. He said, "Oh, you got to have the nibble. Oh, you got to have the nibble." And I'd laugh at him, kind of make fun of him. So that's kind of my story, I guess. But no,
I think it's a time of the year deal, personally, for me. And I say this because you go out and you mow your yard and you come in, you're hungry, but you don't want to get anything. You don't want to like stand up and get something, cook something. But if your wife puts a steak in front of you, you're going to eat it, And there's times when she might put a hamburger in front of me. I really don't want a hamburger, but I want a steak, and that crappie nibble is kind of the steak. So for me, in August, when it's hot, 110 degrees outside with 80% humidity, those fish, they do not move. They just sit there. When I throw a crappie nibble on there, they'll bite it. That's just the way we are here. What I see, but like today, I use bonehead stump bug, Palestine Special, and I slayed them. Didn't have a crappie nibble on there, but in August, it just seems I have to have a crappie nibble. So, well, that's just.
Yeah, and like, again, I'm not going to say it doesn't, but take chartreuse, for instance. A lot of people use a chartreuse nibble. Well, it's known that chartreuse, it warrants a reaction strike from fish. That's why chartreuse has been used for years in bass fishing and crappie fishing. I mean, chartreuse warrants a reaction bite from fish. They see chartreuse and it just triggers them. So, there again, I'm not going to say it doesn't work. It does add a different color to your bait. I mean, think about it. How many different colors of nibbles are there? I think there's chartreuse, pink, and white. I think that's about all you get mostly. I don't know of many others. Of course, I'm not in on the
nibble fan
thing, so I don't know. But I have seen chartreuse, white, and pink. So if you're not using a jig that has chartreuse, white, or pink in it, and you put a nibble on it, adds a color to your bait. Gives it another color, so you can be using 3, 4, 5 colors instead of 2 or 3.
Right. Matt, buddy, I hate to do this to you, man. I've got 4 other people sitting there, so I got to let you go. I appreciate you being on. Thanks for coming in here. You hadn't said happy birthday yet. This is my birthday party, bro.
Well, I text you, I called you, I wrote on your Facebook page. How many times you want me to tell you happy birthday, Chris? My gosh, I'm telling you. All right, happy birthday, man.
Thank you, sir. Anyway, hey guys, y'all go check out his channel if you haven't done so already. I know I saw one guy that subscribed to you, so you got one more for sure. And Matt, I appreciate you being on here, brother.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, we'll talk to you later, bud. Take care.
Thanks, Chris. Have a good one, buddy.
You too. All right, guys, the next one I got on, we're going to make this a little bit faster just because I know we're going to be here forever. So I got a purebred Cajun. So I grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I ran across this guy, Kendall Frederick, and let me go ahead and bring him on here. He's smiling. I can see him in the backstage. There he is. So Kendall Frederick, can you say hi? Let me make sure your audio is working. There we go.
Happy birthday, Chris. Thanks
thank you. Thank you, sir. This is my birthday party, baby. Woo, woo.
Hey, I just want to say I enjoy the channel. Thank you for all you do. Thank you
sir.
For your service, for your charity work.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Well, if y'all hadn't checked out Kenneth's deal, so let me just show you real quick his. Let me make sure I'm on the right. Hold on. There we go. So, well, we got to work on his. I know I'm doing some stuff, but this is what his channel looks like right now. So we're gonna get to that. I know I've got to give him a little deal, but Kendall Frederick, if you have not seen him, go check him out. He's got some great shows. He does Louisiana fishing in the Chaffalaya Basin and that area. Tell us about where you're at and what you do, Kenneth.
I'm in the area, Jonesville, and the YouTube channel I have, Chris, I do a little bit of everything. Lately, it's been mostly fishing. The last 3 or 4 videos I did have been sac-a-lait fishing. I also have.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah,
so for those of y'all who don't know, Cajun term for crappie is sac-a-lait. So when he says sac-a-lait, that means crappie. So that's where I grew up. Go ahead.
Last one, sac-a-lait. I did a clean and cook, titled it sac-a-lait, and I don't know if it had the hits as if I would have titled it crappie because it's just not, a nationally known name. But yeah, most of it, the last 3 or 4 videos I did was crappie fishing. I do some gardening videos. I did some smoking, some sausage videos. I do sausage videos. A little bit of everything, gardening. I have a couple hunting videos out there. But yeah,
kind of a little bit of everything.
No name yet, though, Chris. I hadn't decided on a name. It's Kendall Frederick for now, and I'm doing one at a time. I have no idea what my next video is going to be. In fact, it's kind of fly by night. Not sure what the next one's going to be, but.
So he's a little bit higher than me. You've got, I think, 1.7 thousand people on there. And
2,000 subscribers as of a couple of days ago, a little bit over 2,000.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of videos that did well that really got me to that mark, you know. If it wasn't for those two, I'd still be under 1,000. But I had 2 videos that did well, and you know, that really boosted me. If it wasn't for those 2, I wouldn't have a lot.
Well, I wouldn't say that, man, because your stuff's pretty entertaining, dude. I mean, he'll be running around in the swamp, and all of a sudden he'll show an alligator.
Dude, I appreciate that.
And you're like, ooh, golly, I'm worried about snakes over here, bro. And
I'm with them every day.
Oh my gosh, I don't do snakes. I grew up in that area, Chaffalaya Basin. I learned to water ski there. Believe it or not, under the I-10 bridge.
That's where we are.
No, there's snake dens and everything else, and alligators, and yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I was young and dumb at that point, you know.
I think I've had an alligator in my last 3 or 4 videos. I didn't expect to see one in Toledo Bend on this last trip. And
you
look,
saw one?
That was probably the biggest one. That one might have been. That thing was at least 13 foot. I mean, I see them all the time around here, but Toledo Bend, I wasn't expecting one, but I had a big one come right on me, and I did get some footage on that in that last Toledo Bend video. So,
cool. Yeah. Hey, look at the comments real quick. So BDK Outdoors and more. I recognize Kendall. Just watched your catch and cook.
Dude, I appreciate that.
Angler Issues. The video, fish fry video was great.
Thank you.
He's fixing to hit 2001. Just joining. So yeah, dude, this is good stuff, man. Kendall's a good guy. So Kendall, since now that I know him, and I was talking to Fishing Ken earlier about this, but I'm going down for sure. Ken may, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Ken's welcome to come too. We'll hook both of y'all up.
We're going down there to catch some bull brim. Bull brim.
Chris, I think in a couple of weeks. I mean, it's close now, and they're catching, but
we're kind of stuck around here for a while.
Yeah, I know
with this virus, but they'll be out there. We'll catch them. We'll get them. Bull brim. If you don't know what they are the size of a crappie, and they're huge. They are huge.
They give a fight. They pull harder than a sockeye too.
Oh my gosh, they're like a bass.
The size, it's like a redfish. They really fight.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. All right, man. Well, hey, buddy, I appreciate you being on here. Anything you want to say, Kendall, before you leave?
My prayers go out to everybody suffering with this coronavirus, Chris. I mean, I lost one of my idols today. Joe Dippy died earlier.
Yeah, I heard that.
Getting pretty serious. So my heart goes out to everybody, and that's about it. That's about it. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Brother, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for being on here. So you got to love his Cajun accent, man. I couldn't marry a woman with a Cajun accent, but I like to hear the guys. So
all right, brother. Take care, and I'll keep in touch.
You have a good one, brother.
All right, guys. Take care.
Let's see. All right. Hey, Hook City TV, Fishing Ken just donated $25 to our live or to our what's that thing called? Super Chat. So thank you. He's not on here anymore. He was having some issues, but thank you, Ken. I appreciate it. All right. Next one I'm going to bring on here. So we're going to get away from crappie fishing for a minute. So I got onto a live chat the other day with Backyard Bassin. And you know what? Hold on. Backyard, I'm going to hold on for a minute because Ken just got back on. I want to bring him on here before he dies again. So Fishing Ken, if you're here, I'm bringing you in. Can you hear me? Ken? Fishing Ken. Hold on.
I can hear you from here, Chris. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I hear you talking. So if y'all have not been to Fishing Ken's website, Hook City TV, I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Okay, that's a horrible lag.
Yeah, just hang in there, brother. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. So look, there's his website or his Facebook. If you guys have not joined, y'all jump in there, say hi. watch his videos because they are very entertaining. They're not grocery fishing. They're not trophy fishing. They're grocery fishing and much other stuff. So good old guys. I love the hat, bro.
That's it.
Ken, hey, tell me anything you want to say real quick, because I know you can't hear very well. So I'm going to give you some time to talk.
I'm already ready, man. And I know I got a real bad lag, Chris. I'm basically listening on my phone with the lag and then answering your questions. So I won't stay long, man, and make it bad. I see you have a really good thing going. But man, I wanted to tell you happy birthday. God bless you. Love you, brother. Let's keep fishing, man. Let's keep making these videos. You got a good thing going, man. I've watched you from a channel that wasn't monetized to one over 1,000 subscribers and monetized now. I can see how you're growing. I see your growth. That's all I got, man. Again, I don't want to make it bad because it's been good, but I'm lagging like crazy because for whatever reason I can't get audio through my computer. So we appreciate you bringing me on, man, and I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I pray God blesses you with many more, man, many more. But we got a lot more fishing to do, brother.
Man, I appreciate it, Ken. I know you'll hear this in about 5 minutes, but I appreciate you being on here. Thank you so much for your friendship, your love. You're just an awesome guy. If y'all have not checked out his channel, he's laughing now from 5 minutes ago. But y'all check out his channel, and I mean, he and his dad are entertainment, man. They are awesome people, awesome people. And when I said this earlier, I didn't mean it to sound funny, but I had an issue one night. Called Ken. He prayed for me right there on the phone. Awesome guy. Not many people do that for you. So Hook City TV, baby. Hook City TV. So Ken, thank you so much, brother, for being on here. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat, my friend. Let's give a minute to catch up. All right, buddy. We'll catch you later, man. You take care. Love you. All right, we're going to go back to what I was talking about a minute ago, Backyard Bassin. We're going to bring him on here. So I learned about him the other day. This is Backyard Bassin. This is Greg Smith, and he also does a little bit with 10
horse Monty.
10 horse Monty. I was trying to say, what's the H for? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got his live chat on they do it on Monday nights. Is that correct?
Yes, Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central.
Yeah. So they're tell us about your channel, man. Y'all are bass fishing mainly, right?
Yeah, we're mainly bass fishing. Not to say we don't do a little crappie fishing from time to time, but I'm no expert at it by any means. I just go out. I've got a pond in my backyard. Go crappie fishing there a little bit. I got a couple lakes around here that I do a little fishing at with crappie. Not a whole heck of a lot because to be honest with you, I just suck at crappie fishing. That's all there is to it. But no, bass fishing is kind of our main thing. Started back in about late June, started a YouTube channel. Had a buddy of mine kind of tell me I really needed to get into it and do this and share a little bit of the knowledge. So that's kind of what I started doing. Like I said, I've been doing it since June. It's kicked off pretty good. I'm not quite up to that 1,000 mark like you guys are, but just keep working at it from day to day. I was doing 3 videos at the start, 3 videos a week, I should say, which was just terrible. I couldn't keep up with it. There's no way, especially with hitting winter months, stuff like that. So I dropped down to 2 videos a week. And even then, working full-time job, kids and everything else, I kind of got away from that and started doing just this week. I'm going to start doing 1 video a week, but I'm going to try to make it about a 12 to 15-minute video with some informative stuff and fish catches, stuff like that. So it's taken off pretty good, and I like doing it. So
cool, man. So hey, guys, real quick, here is a look at his Facebook, or I keep saying Facebook, his YouTube channel. So y'all go check that out when you get a chance. Backyard Bassin. Man, they are good. Monday nights. You guys tell me about Monday nights and what time and all that stuff. So in case people want to join in.
Yeah, like I said, Monday nights, 7 p.m. Central. We do a live stream just about every Monday. I think we're going to start dropping that down to about 2 a month, being it's into fishing season. The reason behind that is everybody's going to kind of be out doing their own little thing while it's warmer out, nicer weather. It stays lighter longer. So we're kind of drop that down to 2, like I said, 2 weeks a month. But once we hit that probably October mark there, we'll go back down to doing it every single Monday. But we get on there, we take all kinds of questions. We'll answer anything we can. But we enjoy just having a lot of people on and actually sharing everybody's opinion when it comes to fishing. We don't care if it's bass fishing, cat fishing, crappie fishing, just whatever. If you want to talk fishing Monday nights, that's where you need to go do it. So we have a lot of fun with it, and we won't hold nothing against you for whatever kind of fishing you do. We just enjoy talking fishing. So
yeah, I found them because I just happened to I was on their channel before, and I just happened to get on there, and they were doing a live stream, and they started talking about video editing, and well, I'm big on that. I've done it for a long time, and I would say I'm great at it.
I was going to say, you were asking me for questions. I think I ought to be asking you.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, y'all are cat. Come on. But I got a cat over here, guys. Hold on. He just ran away. But no, y'all had some great information. I enjoyed it. So y'all go check out his channel when you get a chance. And,
I greatly appreciate it.
So now you said y'all are. Tell me your live schedule. Y'all kind of slow it down now that it's summertime, or?
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet, but I would say within probably the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll probably be dropping down to 2 weeks or 2 Mondays a month.
Okay.
Like I said, a lot of people are going to be out. They're going to be fishing. They're going to be doing yard work, stuff like that. So we don't want to make somebody have to come in, don't want to miss anything on a live stream. So we just we're going to back it back down to probably 2 weeks a month. But like I said, colder weather starts moving in probably around October. We'll probably go back to about 4 weeks a month.
Cool. Well, man, y'all go check them out when you get a chance. If you like bass fishing at all, they have some great stuff. I mean, both channels. You look at the back, you got 2 bass. So backyard Bassin and
10 horse Monty.
10 horse Monty. 2 channels right there, and they've got some good stuff there.
Yeah, we do a lot of collabing together. We're pretty good buddies, so we got a lot. We got a good thing going on. It works out really good. He's more of a, if you guys are into bass fishing at all, he's more of the real good finesse side. I'm more of a power fishing side. So we work really, really well together. So
hey, here's a question for you.
Mark C., I appreciate the question.
Don't say 2 pounds.
No, I'm not going to say 2 pounds. And I'll be honest with you guys, I live in Southeast Missouri. So just to kind of put that in perspective, when people talk about bass fishing, you go farther south, you get a lot bigger largemouth. You go farther north, you get a lot bigger smallmouth. So we're kind of like right in the middle. We got a medium balance between the two. So up here, a largemouth, I mean, if you're catching 8 pound, that's a big bass. It's really big. Smallmouth, if you're catching like a 5 to 6 pound, that's huge. So, I always try to throw that out to people because, you hear people from, California or Florida, they're like, oh, I got a 12 or 13 pound. And you're just like, I'm sitting here just going, holy cow, that is a monster. But we don't get them that big around here. My biggest is 7.3. Actually, I just dropped a video this morning. It was actually a pretty neat one. Went fishing Saturday. It was me and my son. And I actually tied my 7.3 again. So it was an absolute hog. I could have swore up and down it was bigger than my previous one. And just big old shoulders on it, big old belly. I swore up and down it was bigger, and then we put it on the scale, and it proved me wrong. So it happens.
Dang. Well, we're gonna get him down here and do a little crappie fishing.
Oh, absolutely.
And then the next day, I'll let you show me how to bass fish. I caught a bass. Oh man, I don't have a picture of that thing. He was literally about that big the other day. If he weighed, oh man, half a pound, I'd be excited.
Yeah.
I was fishing in the shallows, caught him, then I turned around and caught a carp in the belly.
Ooh,
but no,
that was a fight though.
Yeah. Oh, it was a pretty good fight on a 12-foot rod, but
yeah.
So
I imagine so. I couldn't imagine throwing a 12-foot rod for bass fishing. Holy cow!
Hey, we got another question for you, real quick.
Yeah. All right.
Mark C.
Plastics in your area. Right now, I can tell you that's a simple question: green pumpkin or a watermelon red flake. Where I live, I'm right on the border of Missouri and Illinois, which Illinois is pretty much shut down right now, so I can't really go over there. But we have a lot of clear lakes. Have a lot of grass in them, so they stay pretty clear. But that green pumpkin or the watermelon red flake, pretty much it works just about anywhere you go without a problem. So now, if it's dirty water, I'm probably going black and blue. But other than that, that's about it.
Mark Williams caught one today, 6 pounds. Oh,
wild crappie fishing. Holy cow.
Oh, wild crappie fishing. I thought they said a white crappie. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's a hog.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many people realize that 6 pound bass is a pretty big fish. So,
oh yeah.
I told you my story about my little crappie in my backyard pond here. So it's for not being a crappie guy, that's pretty unreal. But
yeah, you caught a big one.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, Bud, I appreciate you being on here. I got one more person on here, and I'm not gonna say the last. Hold on. Wow, I'm trying to make him sound good. The most important. How's that? I'm trying to make him feel good here. But anyway, hey, Greg, thank you so much for being on here. I appreciate you. And
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I'll give you a shout tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
and we'll talk a little bit more. Hey, guys, while I'm switching over, I'm gonna go ahead and hang you up here. But what do y'all think about this new broadcast kind of format? I'm not gonna have people on here all the time, but does this look much different than the other one? What do you think about it? And let me know. But all right, guys, the last one I'm bringing on here is from God dog. I forgot where he's from. Up north, but Wisconsin. He showed me in the backstage. So you love the format. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mark, Bud, appreciate it. So there's a guy on here named Floppin Crappie. I've not personally got to meet him. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in here now. And I've not personally met him. I think we drove by each other on Lake of the Pines at one point in time. But
we did.
We just didn't get to see each other or be personally introduced. But yeah, we drove by each other. So Davis, Floppin Crappie, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Happy birthday, Chris.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is the best birthday party I could ever think of, man. This is awesome. So
yeah, definitely.
So tell me real quick. Hey, let me I'll tell you what, before you go anywhere, before you say anything, let me just jump on here. Guys, if you are not a part of his channel, I'm gonna go ahead and show you real quick. Well, if I can make it happen, there we go. Floppin Crappie, y'all make sure you go to this channel. And some of those things I don't need to be showing, I guess. But anyway, yeah, y'all go to his channel. He's got some great video as well. He does some stuff with Fishing Ken, Hook City as well. And hopefully one day he and I will fish together as well and make something happen. But good guy. He is the master. If you don't know what this word is, B-roll. He is the master of B-roll. So when you start looking at stuff, if you are on a minute ago, I showed a couple pictures of me getting gas with my paper towel on the handle, going in slow motion. Dude, he is a master of that stuff. He does good. So anyway, go ahead, brother. Tell us a little bit about your channel and stuff.
Well, I was supposed to be on Grenada Lake in Mississippi, but with all this COVID-19 thing, I did not want to risk driving 900 miles and have the boat ramp shut down. So I decided to stay up north. And I just got back about an hour ago from fishing a local lake here, caught a 20-inch brown trout and probably 5 or 6 crappie that were in that 12 to 13-inch range. So, which is pretty good for northern Wisconsin. Those are some pretty good sized crappie. But yeah, no, I got to get down there and fish with you again. Either Lake of the Pines or you fish on Lake Palestine?
Yeah, Palestine, baby. You got to say it like Texas, dude.
Palestine? Palestine, okay.
Yeah.
I pronounced some other ones wrong. It's the Brazos River is actually the Brazos or something like that.
No, you said it right. The Brazos. It's the Brazos River.
Brazos, okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I said Brazos a couple times. So yeah, people called me out for that. But yeah, no, I got to get down there.
Hey, there we go. Look at this. William Pettiford. Love your channel.
Thank you, William. Much appreciated.
So, hey,
Yeah,
real quick, guys, if y'all have any questions for him, throw them up there. You're going to set up a fishing tournament along with SK 3-pound crappie and hook. Oh, man. Okay, so we just got challenged in a way, not challenged, but asked by Mark C. if we're going to set up a fishing tournament with the two of us, SK 3-pound crappie and Hook City. That would kind of be fun, wouldn't it?
I'm game. I'll fly down there. I've done it before. I think the last time we did a tournament like this, we did like a 1v1v1v1, and we had to share footage, and it was a nightmare. It was bad. So I think we all fly to one or go to one location, Texas, and we can make that happen.
Yeah, you just can't fish with Fishing Ken because I mean he'll get greedy and catch all the fish. No, not really.
We got to go someplace he hasn't fished in Texas. So,
the Lake Palestine. There we go. So we're gonna get in. No, I'm just playing. I harassed Ken all the time. Just when we were at Lake of the Pines, he was helping everybody else fish, and I was catching the big ones, and he was like, "Oh man, really?" Anyway, we had a good time. But yeah. So Davis, man, how's the weather up there? What's happening with the spawn? You guys are obviously way up north, so what's happening with that?
Yeah,
all that?
So most of our lakes still have ice on them. I was fortunate enough, the lake I fished on, it just got the last part of the ice left about last weekend. Water temps like below 40s. It was like 38 degrees and sleeting today. Yeah, we're about a month and a half away from spawn up here. Crappie usually starts spawning mid to late May, depending on how warm the spring gets. But last year they started spawning almost late May because the weather was so cold. But this year could be earlier. We've had warmer weather, and hopefully by next weekend all the lakes have the ice completely off and we can start backing the boat in.
Cool.
Yeah.
So y'all obviously being up north, you're a little different than we are because I'm thinking we're pretty much at the height of it or almost the end of it of the spawn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was catching crappie today. Today was a neat thing. I hadn't said this on here before, but for the first time in my life, I waited 52 years to where I can go fishing, I could go to church, and be on the lake at the same time. It was awesome. We did everything online because this dang virus. But so I was catching fish that I was catching females, and they're moving back out, and they're moving. I caught some. Yeah, I caught some just belly down, 12-foot water. They're on the bottom spawning. Caught one last week. I was telling earlier that when I pulled her up, eggs were popping out. They were on there spawning in deeper water I've ever seen. So
that's really deep.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. 10 to 12 foot. I don't remember exactly where it was, but and I talked to one of the guides and he saw the same thing here, but last year. So, I know y'all are about a month behind us normally. Weather-wise.
I was catching them about 15 to 20 feet today. And they're just kind of suspended over rocks and on bridge pilings still. So, yeah, it's basically like February fishing for you guys. That's what we're doing up here right now.
Gotcha. I'm in for Lake Fork. Okay, so people are throwing out ideas down here in the comments.
For where to go? Lake Fork is on my bucket list. I kind of want to go to Toledo Bend.
I've never been. I've lived on both sides of Toledo Bend, an hour and a half away on both sides, and I've never been there. So I would do Toledo Bend for sure.
That'd be fun.
So BDK, I saw your comment. Thank you, sir. Okay, here. Let me look at where we spawn.
I'm looking through them too.
I just pop. I can read it better when I see it up loud or see it up big.
Where are we at in the spawn?
Okay, so BDK, I forget where you live. What? Oh, actually, I can look in the the map here. So you're going to be in a south area because I see a bunch of cypress trees and moss. But yeah, that's kind of where we're catching right now as well. Mark Williams said he's still catching them in shallows. I mean, he caught 17 today. I beat him. I caught 24. But I had to say that because he's the one that we went wade fishing with. So
Okay.
yeah, he's been sending me videos every day.
I saw you and Ken and all those guys got to film. Man, I'm so disappointed I didn't get to go to Mississippi because I knew that I was going to get at least one day of wade fishing in. And I wanted to catch a 3-pound crappie while wade fishing. That was one of the goals.
I want to catch a 3-pound crappie in general. I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm on a boat, wade fishing.
Well, what's your PB in Texas there?
I've got I think mine is right around, I don't remember exactly, but about a 2.79. So, yeah, on Lake Palestine. So, working it, you know, I got to just keep fishing. That's the way it is. So,
you gotta get to Mississippi one of these days.
Man, I want to go. I actually planned that this year. I went to Reelfoot Lake in Tennessee, fished that, and my next day I was going to go down to either Grenada or Sardis. And the wind was like 17 miles an hour. And, you know, I'm not going. I didn't know the lake. I wasn't going to get stuck on that lake. Didn't have a guide. I was just going to go out by myself. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going on home. So that is my plan to go. I wasn't planning on this virus going on, but yeah, it will happen this year. So yeah, definitely. So, okay, here's a question for you, Davis. And then I got Fishing Ken is back and fixed. So we're going to bring him on, all three of us together in a minute.
Okay. So what is the ideal water temp? Well, for spawning right now, they usually start pushing up into that 6, 7, 8 foot when the temp gets about 50 degrees. And then on the local lakes around here, and then that 55 to 60, that 55 to 58, that's pretty much when you start finding them less than 2 feet. And you got to remember, we fish a lot of natural lakes, so the water table doesn't move a whole lot. We'll get a lot of spring rain and might rise up, but it's not going to drop 2 feet in a week. Not like a lot of you guys fish reservoir systems where they can just let dams out. We don't have that up here. I mean, we have some reservoir systems, but a lot of natural lakes up here, so we don't have to deal with that. So if once they get pushed up shallow, they're usually up there.
Well, she got
yeah. Oh, you're still at 48 degrees. Yeah, we're at water temp is like 41, 42 today up here.
Yeah, we were. Oh, sorry, I'm doing two things at once. Sorry. I know my lake today was at 67 degrees, so we're getting up there.
Yeah, you're getting into the post spawn range.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, people were catching. I go to a bridge. I like to fish a certain bridge at different times of the year, and people were catching them on the bridge today. So they're moving back out to the deep waters again. So you know, some of the girls I caught were spawned out. You know, so yeah, I think we're getting the post spawn for sure. So all right, hey, let's enjoy watching Lake of the Pines fishing with the crew. Yeah, for both Ken and him. So let's bring old Fishing Ken in here real quick, and let's all three of us to see how this works. I've never done 3 people. Oh.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, God, without a lag, thank God. Woo!
Fishing Stickum Ken, huh?
Stickum Ken. What's going on, guys? What's going on, David?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, dude. So those two got to fish together at Lake of the Pines. I fished with Ken, but not all 3 of us. So next time we're going to have to make that happen.
We'll get it together soon. Hey, can I share something real quick, man? I've been sitting back there listening since I had everything fixed. I said, man, they're talking about it being post-spawn. And I tell you what, you go to those post-spawn spots if you want to in April. I tell you where I'll be, and it's going to still be in the shallow water here in Texas.
Well, see, and Ken, that's a neat thing. I'm glad you said that. But You know, like I've not fished shallow except for when you and I went with Mark Williams.
Okay.
I'm still fishing the 10 to 12, 10 to 15 foot water, and I'm catching the big girls. They're not egged out right now.
Right.
I don't see them that way anyway. It's hard to tell without obviously opening them up. But I know they are moving out toward the bridges in the deeper water for us here at Palestine. But yeah, no, I agree. They're still in there, man. They are.
Right. I do, man. I tell you what, here in North Texas, I know y'all are a little east, and I believe East Texas actually is in front of North Texas a little bit. But here in North Texas, around April is where I can find those fish pretty much anywhere. Kind of like what's going on in a lot of those lakes east right now, where you find those fish in deep water, in shallow water, and everywhere in between. Right now, we're finding most of our fish. Like the home lake, 15 foot and shallower. And then, I'm live scoping these crappie right now. People that are fishing the banks, that are hitting the banks, are finding those fish up against the banks. But come April, I have some really big brush piles in about 10 to 12 foot of water that I plan on really laying the hammer. And hopefully that'll be all the way into May. And sometimes I'll catch a male with his tuxedo on in the first week of June. So we got a lot more spawn to do. Hopefully the country stays healthy enough that we can keep our lakes and reservoirs and all that kind of stuff open. But man, do not count out next month. Yes, there are going to be some fish in post spawn, but there are still going to be plenty of spawning fish. And I think it's important to remember that crappie, they spawn in waves. Not everybody is rushing to the bank at one time. So you'll have one wave come, and then being that we're here in Texas, you'll get a cold snap, and it'll push everything off, kind of like what's happening now. It's starting to slow down just a little bit. And then in April, we're going to get some more good weather, some more hot days, and that's going to push up a whole nother wave of fish. And then, like I say, right now, the south end of my lake is fishing really well. But going into April, I'm going to be able to find these fish all over the lake, south and north.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, real quick, I got a question I'm going to bring up, but let me just show you my tuxedo today.
I saw that a while ago.
Yeah. Kind of hard to tell. That sucker was beautiful. So caught that while in church, baby. Nice. So, hey, let me bring a question up. I'll let both of y'all answer. From Backyard Bassin. Not a big crappie guy. What's a good bait to start out with that could help build confidence?
Davis.
You want me to go, Ken, or you got it?
Yeah, go ahead, Davis.
Okay. Well, my favorite go-to is kind of like a paddle tail swim bait, something like the 1.5 to 2.5 inches, just on a 16th ounce jig head. That's usually, I always have one of those tied on. Black and chartreuse. Actually, today, hot pink was the color that worked. Otherwise, some sort of natural shad color. When we fish in the Brazos River, that natural shad color absolutely killed them. But yeah, that is my go-to. I always have that tied on, just an 1.5 to 2.5 inch paddle tail swim bait. That's my go-to.
Nice. All right. Well, man, Backyard Bassin for me. I wish I could get just a little bit more information from you, but I'll say it like this. Number one, confidence is the biggest thing when you jig fishing. Getting a fish to bite something that's fake as opposed to a minnow is a big deal, and it's psychological, man. It's crazy. But this is what I would tell you: if you're fishing dark water, I like to use dark baits, black and chartreuse, as a rule of thumb. If I'm fishing clearer waters, I like to use something that's natural looking. And two jigs come to mind, which is a blue ice and monkey milk. Okay. And I always use a pink or orange head, something high contrast. You can use an unpainted jig head as well. With that being said, choose the type of water you're in. If you're in dark water, use a darker color with a little chartreuse added. If you're, again, fishing clear water, then you want to use something more clear. Or excuse me, something that what's the word I'm looking for? That complements that clear water, something that's natural looking. because in that clear water, those fish, they can see a little bit better. They're not keying in as much on vibration as they're using their eyesight more. So you need it to look real to those fish. In that case, blackened chartreuse, if it's dark, man, and I would use a monkey milk in chartreuse or all monkey milk and water that's not so stained. And make sure you're on fish, man. I don't care what color you drop. If you ain't on fish, I promise you will not catch one.
Hey, guys, I brought Matt back in. I didn't know I could do this, but
What's up, guys?
so Matt with Wired for Crappie. So
If I may, I'd like to elaborate a little bit on what Hook City said there. Nice ears, by the way.
go ahead.
Thank you, man. You know, festive. I'm trying to be a part of the party.
Yeah, I got you. No, I agree 100% with Hook City. Match the water. If the water's dirty, dark baits. If the water's clear baits. I will say that for me, spawn, I'd want something that's got some action to it. A curly tail or a paddle tail, to go back to Floppin Crappie. Anything with some action to it. If it's fall or winter, water's colder, I'd go something with a straight tail, something with a little less action. If it's, again, to talk about spawn, I'd probably want the bait moving. If I was fishing brush, I'd want to crank it through the brush, slow, steady retrieve, get the action on the bait, get a reaction strike from the fish. So
There we go. Hey, guys, we got 3 other people on here now. So Floppin Crappie, Fishing Ken, Wired for Crappie. Y'all have any questions, go ahead and throw them out there, man. Let's get them answered. 8:38. Yeah, we're good. We got a little time. Unless y'all need to leave. If y'all need to leave, please just let me know.
I'm good. I'm doing good.
I'm okay.
I can talk crappie all night.
Yeah, right. I'm hanging out, man.
Yeah, I'm in for the long haul.
All right. He just asked, are there any baits that are weedless? Don't use that one. Okay. Don't use that.
Yeah, that ain't it.
I missed that.
That pulled the weeds back in with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell you about catching those tree bass
Yeah.
all day long. Okay, Robert, here we go. Here's a question for y'all. Can y'all see that?
How long does it take for the eggs to hatch? So one of you biologist type guys are gonna have to help him with that one. I'd have to hit Google search real quick.
Well, based on the 2019 census that we took, no, I'm just playing. I have no idea.
No, it's if I may, it's 2 to 5 days to hatch once they're germinated. So
Nice.
Okay, that's
Well,
good.
I just learned something.
Yeah, me too. Let's see.
somebody's gonna Google that and check me. I guarantee it.
I will if you want me to.
If somebody's gonna Google it, put a comment down there because I'd like to know if that's right. I'm pretty sure. I think I actually looked that up one time. I think it's 2 to 5 days.
Angler Issue says, I see a crappie tournament coming on with the 4 of us. All right. I don't see any of the questions. Hey guys, let's just put it right here. Anybody? Let's just start with Matt. Anything? Let's close this out. Anything to say to everybody? I see a blonde head behind you.
Yeah, that's the Cookie Monster, man. Yeah, that's the real crappie fisherman.
That's the real crappie fisherman.
Yeah, he knows what it's about, don't you, buddy? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that. You got anything to say? We're gonna go ahead and close this out, guys, because I don't see more questions coming in. So
I Googled it. He's right. It says 2 to 7 days. So
there you go.
I learned something new.
Yeah, me too.
That's good to know, man.
Yep.
How long does it take for them jokers to bite? That's what I need to know.
Actually, I can answer that one too.
Right.
So in East Tennessee, I think it takes about 3 years. 10-inch crappie is legal crappie in East Tennessee. From the time they hatch, it takes about 3 years for them to get to 10 inches. So three years to bite and be eatable.
There you go. Eatable.
Hey, we do have a question here that it's probably going to be up to me and Ken on this one, but favorite Texas lakes. So
go ahead, Chris.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I like Lake Palestine. I like Lake of the Pines. Those are my favorite two. The ones I fish all the time. But I have not got another lake. So with the crappie anglers of Texas, we have. Man, we're going to Levon. Well, if it all works out, Levon. I've never been to Levon. We have several other places over there. I've heard Richard Campbell's is good. You know what? I think we do have Cedar Creek.
Right.
So, hey, let me stop real quick. Angler Issues, buddy. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm gonna sound like Ken right now, but everything you give,
go for it. Crappie fishing.
There you go. Man, I appreciate it, brother. Angler Issue, buddy, you've been every week, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for the birthday wish there too, as well. But yeah, so I'm Lake Palestine. I'm Lake of the Pines. Those are my favorite two. I've got Lake Tyler close to me, and I've fished it. But man, you get out there like Tyler, and you get into a spot, and somebody comes and they drive around you because that's the hole that's the stuff that they put down. They think it's their property, and so yeah, I stay away from there. So Ken, what do you think?
Man, there's so many good lakes here, man. I love traveling east. Again, I'm up here in North Texas, but I love traveling east. And I tell you what, Chris, you know it, man. I wasn't able to really just put my stamp on Lake of the Pines like I wanted to. I can tell you what, that might be those black crappie for sure were the hardest fighting crappie I have ever had on the end of my pole. So I tell you what, man, I enjoyed myself at Lake of the Pines. I will be back to Lake of the Pines, and I think I'm gonna have just as much fun as I did, when I had, Andy from ACC and my dad, Hook City in the boat. But I want to get back there. I wouldn't mind being out there by myself so we can just have a good old fist fight, me and that lake.
Oh yeah, it's a good lake. Now I will say that big old giant white crappie I caught, I can't even fit him in the screen.
Right.
He was. Never mind. I'll shut up now.
I got one of you too. That's a good question from Mark right there, Chris. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in just a second here. Hey, let's go ahead and talk about. We got some people from Wisconsin and probably Tennessee. So hey, Davis, what's a good lake for you up there?
I don't want to say right now. I got a couple really good lakes that are pretty small, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good enough answer, dude.
I don't want to say them right now.
That's fine.
They're less than 100 acres. That's why I don't want to blow them up.
Gotcha. Okay. Matt,
we
what
can go
about
to the
you?
question. I think Mark had a question.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to Mark in just 1 second here. Matt, get a little feedback here. I'm sorry. Matt, what about you on a good lake there in Tennessee?
I'd say that Tennessee lake would probably be for size.
Y'all hearing some feedback?
Just a little bit.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, it just stopped. Okay. Matt, say that again. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So for numbers, I'd probably say Chickamauga. For size, I'd probably say Watts Bar.
Okay. Cool. All right, here's the next question. What size and color line do y'all prefer? Start with Davis.
Depends on the color of water. I mean, if I'm traveling to the south, I'm bringing 10 to 15, sometimes 20-pound braid. Learned my lesson with that 6-pound fluorocarbon fishing with 10. Had some ice fishing line, and I broke a number of jigs off. But up north, there's some lakes that we have 20-foot visibility. So we're using 4-pound clear fluorocarbon.
I'm sorry, I'm hearing the. Hey, real quick, somebody have a
actually
fan
back.
going?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, Ken, what's your line and color?
All right, man. Man, I'm a creature of habit, man. Down here, we don't have a whole lot of just real clear water. The fish aren't line shy here, so I go 10-pound Power Pro, high vis. I like that yellow color braid, and it's done me well for every type of fishing I've done. Dock shooting, vertical jigging, casting, dragging, you name it, I can do it with my Power Pro. 10-pound test is enough. Both flipping tools with it.
Yeah. Okay, Matt just walked off, so okay, he's back. Matt, what's your line color and size?
4-pound vicious. Yep, 4-pound vicious on everything.
Dude, I catch a fish and break it.
That's all I use, guys. I knew when I saw the question it was going to be a whole different. But I've used braid. I mean, the way we fish in East Tennessee, we do a lot of brush fishing, and braid. When you're fishing brush piles, I mean, I'm talking gnarly stuff. You get that braid hung in a brush pile. I mean, you pull the brush pile up before you break that line. So, it spooks a fish. So that's the reason that I use something like 4-pound vicious that, if I get hung in a brush pile, I can break that jig off and it doesn't affect the fish.
Okay. And I'm kind of like Ken. I'm doing a 10 and higher. I'm usually using mono, just because of the fact that I can pull that line and straighten my jig hook out and come back and bend it back. So I'd rather get my jigs back, especially when I'm using hand ties. That's just where I'm at. So yeah, I mean, even my leaders, because if y'all are seeing my shows, I'll do let me find my camera. So I'll do a weight here, and I'll do about a 1.5 foot leader down here. And the reason for that is that I can see it in live scope. It's so much easier than watching for one thing coming down. And so I've got at least a 10, if not a 12-pound line on there. And today I actually broke a jig, lost one of my jigs, but I've caught about probably 60, 70 fish on that one jig. Just the line got bad. I should have changed it, but I didn't. So that's kind of where I'm at on the line. And I'm just using clear. I do use some high vis. I bought some high vis, and so I'm slowly working that way. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, good question, Mark C. Let's see. So BDK, yeah, man, we need to come to Fork. So here, I'll just show this question, this deal. We need to come to Fork. West End has some good ones. I've been talking about that with somebody, and we'll get to that. So Lake of the Pines is a treat for me once a month. Floppin Crappie, what's a good? Here we go. What's a good crappie lake up near? Yeah, those places.
I mean, Manitowoc, like Lake Winnebago, there's some really nice crappie in it. Milwaukee's the southeast part of the state. I don't get down there. I don't really have any reason to. I mean, if I'm driving to Milwaukee, I might as well keep going to Illinois and, fish central and southern Illinois. Otherwise, I can go up to northern Wisconsin or northern Minnesota. But Lake Winnebago, some of the shallow bays, there's some brush piles I've heard that. Well, I've seen him. Brandon Polinick had his last series, Red Crest. He caught 8 on camera on a brush pile while he was bass fishing for smallmouth. So there are some really nice ones in there.
Cool. All right. Okay, we got one more here. So this is for Matt. What's your idea on the 4-pound line, break and stay?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I use 4-pound tests. I mean, I'm sure, you could use braid and tie a leader to it, do the same thing. But for me, it's simplicity. For me, it's, and it's cheap. So crappie fishermen are cheap, right? No, I mean you can get a spool of vicious for about $7, and that's how many yards is that? Let's see, it's 3,000 yards for about $7. So I'm cheap. What can I say?
All right, man. Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and cut this off, man. We've been on here for an hour and a half. Guys, I appreciate every one of y'all being on here. Thank you so much for staying and talking. And I know we're talking crappie fishing, but this is my birthday party, and it's what I look at it, because we're locked in. So I appreciate y'all for being on here, and hopefully we can do this again, man. Did y'all like this? As we're kind of ending this, throw it in the comments if y'all like this. I know some people said they like the format, so that was awesome. Thank y'all. But,
look forward Thursday.
Yeah, it goes. So let's go through here. I know Ken does Thursday at 8 o'clock, right?
Yep.
Okay. His live is Thursday at 8 o'clock. Matt, do you do a live?
Not currently.
Not currently.
That's something that we'll probably start doing, but currently I do not. No.
Okay. And Davis, what about you?
I'm in the same boat as Matt. I'll probably start doing it, but I don't currently do it. So.
Okay. So y'all just keep watching their channels. Make sure you like, subscribe, and visit every one of their channels. Once again, their names are on there: Wired for Crappie, Floppin Crappie, and Fish and Stickum, Hook City Ken, and
Hook City TV.
Hook City TV. There you go. So y'all go like their channels and watch for them. But I know Ken does one on Thursdays, and I try to get in there. And he's I got to give credit to old Ken, man, because this whole, which I probably shouldn't talk about this whole thing, but I'm going to do it anyway. So the subscriber count, I was at like 950. I get up to 960, and then I'd lose 5 people, and I'm down to 955. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on, what's happening here? I went on for a week. And I got on Ken's, and he said he was trying to reach his 30,000. He's like, dude, I'm just trying to reach 1,000. And he made a little thing out there, and next thing I know, I got like 56 subscribers from his channel. So I appreciate that, brother. And the more subscribers we get, it really helps, because what happens is when we release a video, you guys get to see it, and that really makes a difference. Anyway, I'm talking to whatever. So let's see. Great format. Hope you had a great birthday. Thank you, Mark Williams. William, thanks for my service. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And Angler Issues, thanks, Ken, Matt, or Chris, Matt, Ken, and Davis. Thank y'all. And Angler, thanks for your super chats as well. And Ken, I don't think you heard that a while ago, but I said thank you for yours as well.
You're certainly welcome.
So, hey guys, we're going to end this right now at exactly, or almost exactly, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Longest live I've ever done. But I appreciate everybody for being on here. Thank you so much. I know you've taken time out of your personal lives to make this happen, and thank you. So y'all have a good night, and we'll catch y'all. Now I got to figure out how to end this broadcast.
All right, y'all have a good one, man. Happy birthday again, brother.
Thank you,
Happy
sir.
birthday,
Appreciate
kid.
it. Thank y'all. All right.